Well, welcome back. Video 2 in this series. I'm with Phil Bamford, the proprietor, the owner, the creator of Online WHS. Now, we've talked about a number of features in the first video. This next one is exciting. It's all around the QR code system.
Yep.
Take us through what we're looking at on screen here.
Well, basically, what we're looking at here is the major feature inside the system and our big point of difference compared to other clientele. So if you enter a plant item inside the system, or if you enter a chemical, or if you build a safe work method statement, or build a checklist, it automatically creates a QR code for that individual item.
Right.
So that QR code, once scanned, will actually bring up the checklist on the person's mobile device or whatever it may be. Now, the big factor is you can actually make it what's called public. Public means that when they scan it, they don't even have to enter a username and password. It takes them straight to the checklist for them to complete. So it's literally making the end user's experience that easy that they can't get it wrong. So and the reason why we come up with that is we had all these tickets coming in for support. Oh, I forgot my username and password, And it's an excuse for an employee, whatever it is, to go, oh, I didn't know my username and password, so I'm not going to do it. Whereas now there is no excuse. Scan the QR code, brings up the process. Now, you wouldn't put that kind of QR code in the general public area that general public could use it. Then you can make it private, because you can make it private still. So it's, and then you have your username and password. But in areas where you've got your individual areas in your own kind of warehouse or workshop or manufacturing area or wherever it may be, you'll have those QR codes on a machine. You'll have them on the chemicals. You have them on the chemical shed. They just go up there, scan there. They can actually scan a QR code for the individual chemical, but you can actually scan the QR code. It tells you a manifest of all the chemicals in that register in that storeroom.
Wow.
So,
and that's a big thing that's changed since we last spoke, is that a lot more people are now using QR codes because of the 2 years that we've just been through.
Exactly. The beauty about it, we've had QR codes in our system for the last 8 years.
That's right.
But when COVID come along, so the using, like, would have been, say, for an example, 5 years ago, maybe a checklist was used maybe 500 times a day, maybe less.
Okay.
Now it's 4,500 times.
Wow.
4,500 times a day, a checklist is actually used inside one of our systems.
Well, that's fantastic, because it means people are using it and getting the best out of it. Now, that's great as a feature, but there is a new feature since we've last spoken as well. Tell me about the monitor.
I'm pretty excited about this one.
Okay.
It will arguably be one of the best features inside the system that no other system has. So what a monitor is, and this is again by listening to clients.
Yep.
So even Scott, when he came in here before from Wagga Motors, has just gone, oh, well, when I told him this feature, he's gone, that's exactly what I want, because this is what people are wanting. So what is it? So basically, at the end of the day, yes, the checklist feature is the most used feature inside the system. We've got one client with 800 hoists. So they've gone, it's fantastic. They've got 800 hoists over 120 sites, but to go find out if actually the checklist has been completed, they have to log into each checklist and see the log. Now, from one monitor, you can actually build a monitor for all the hoists for all those individual sites. So what actually happens then, the person in the head office can log in and see one page of each one of their sites, and every single checklist, either a big red cross or a big green tick, time and date when it was actually done, or if it hadn't been done, and actually who's responsible to do it from one monitor.
That's a massive change.
It's a huge time saver.
Yeah.
So now, like, say for an example, as Scott said, instead of him having to get a report off Ryan to say, hey, can you actually give me this, he can actually just go to one page, a monitor, and print out a report or whatever it might be.
Yep.
But it's even better than that.
Yep.
So you've got the monitor, which is fantastic.
Okay.
But now we've actually created a QR code that is a master QR code. So you can actually say, let's just say, for an example, they've got their workshop down there, and they have to do all these different checklists. Whether it be for a hoist, it might be inspection checklist, it might be whatever it is they have to do on any given day or a week or a month, because you can actually time frame it. It'll actually create a QR code that when you scan it, it'll actually list all the items that you need to complete that day.
Okay.
And then you can just click on the red cross, it'll take you straight to the item, you do it, turns into a green tick. And the person can go through their list, and then you can actually make it automatically email alert the manager or whatever it may be that that list has been completed.
Job's done. Now, what about when you've got multiple people working on the one task? And so someone does the first 4 things of a 30-page, 30-point checklist,
Yep.
and then that's their job done, they leave. The next person that comes over, are they continuing on from that?
They can scan the QR code and see what's been done and what hasn't been done.
Wow, game changer.
It's a great feature. And the good thing about that is that by listening to our clients, you know, and being that I do presentations every single day and training sessions every single day with our clients, you know, they're going, you're hearing their pain points. They're going, this checklist feature is fantastic, Phil. It's really good. I can build all these different things. And because now we've actually added to the checklist feature, instead of just having a heading, a text, a yes, no kind of thing, now you can actually have another 14 different options, as I was just showing Scott. You can even upload a picture where when a person scans a QR code, they can actually draw in the picture what's on, and it actually saves it into a PDF with your drawings. You can actually have a ranking system. So a lot of people are wanting to do surveys, like we've got one client who basically when they go do their QR codes of whatever it is they're doing cleaning with their areas, they actually have a ranking, and if the ranking is less than 6 or whatever it may be, they want to set it for an action.
Okay.
Well, so now what we've actually created, yes, you can do a rating, but then if the rating is less than 5 or 6, you can actually make it, when they actually make it like that, it'll automatically bring up an action box.
Terrific.
So,
a lot of things packed into this. What's to come? What have you got that's coming into the system?
I've got a lot of good things going in the system.
There's always upgrading and updating it.
The great thing about the new investment group is they're allowing, well, they can see that the not only the system is growing, but our clientele are growing, and we're picking up larger and larger clients. So we're getting clients now from anything from 2 employees to 3,000 employees.
Wow.
So we're just about to trial a system with a company. It's got much more than that.
Yeah.
So it's and you're looking at the reason why is all these features coming inside the system. But one of the other things that everyone wants is reports. So all these larger companies, they want detailed reports. Now the system already has reports inside there, and they've stood the test of time. But they've gone, yeah, but they're static reports, Phil. I want to actually build my own report, so I want to see the statistics that matter to me.
Right.
Sorry.
That's all right.
And I've gone, okay, so we source this third-party software, paying the license fee to that. It'll sit on top of our system just like the helper does. Mm-hmm. And then I'll actually build all these different kind of reports based on statistics, not just on incidents and hazards, but everything throughout the system.
Gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
They'll be templates, but the big thing is they can actually edit those templates and have their own individual report.
Yeah.
So if I'm logging into one system and I want to build my report, the other company who logs in, they don't see that report because this is customised for them.
Yeah.
So they can customise their own reports from the templates that we put inside the system. And the other big factor, not only does it produce a board kind of report, but you can actually set it to automatically build that report daily, weekly, monthly, 6 monthly, whatever it is, any time frame that you wish, and then also make it email the report to all these people. So doing that is not only enhancing the system, but one of the big factors that I've been listening to clients with is that when they're building reports, it might take them a week to build a report, right?
That's right.
Now, if they've built that template, it does it automatically, and then they can get more, then they can use the system more, they utilise it better, and basically, you know, provide a safer workplace.
Unbelievable. I can see all the CEOs and the GMs and the office managers are just going, this is going to make my life a lot easier. I'm generating a report at the switch of a button. So the next video that we're going to go into is really getting into the nitty gritty, isn't it? We're going to go through a little bit more of the operational side of things.
Yep.
And then we're going to go and do the demo out into the workshops here at the place that we're at in Wagga. Now, if people do want to contact you, and I have had the contact contact details on the screen, but what's the best way to get in contact with you, the man that never sleeps?
So I had 2 hours sleep. Like
Yeah,
that.
2 hours sleep.
Basically, go to our website, whssystems.com.au, and you'll see a big green button up the top. It says book a demonstration.
Right.
So you book a demonstration, that is my diary.
Okay.
And then you book yourself in. So, I mean, it's not just me, I've got all my staff and all that kind of stuff, but I like doing the presentations because a person can ask me anything and I can answer it.
Yeah.
So it's, but also by being in that coalface kind of, so to speak, is I can actually hear their pain factors and what they're trying to think, and then I'll go, ooh, that's a good idea. I can actually change that inside the system, and that's not just going to help that person, it's going to help
All
everybody.
the clients. Great. All right, we'll see you in the next video.